Fake news.
Mr. President.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Mr. President.
Fake
I just want to have one thing to say.
Fake news,
Mr.
no.
President, I'm
Very
trying to
fake
get a word in
news.
edgewise here.
Fake news put out
Mr.
by fake
President,
news.
it's
Fake
not...
news is trying to say good things
Mr. President, it's
about
not fake news just because you don't like it.
A few days ago, fake news called...
Enough! Each and every Tuesday, the Journey into Comics Network brings you the real news with the poor report, with the late-breaking news that really matters.
The following is a Journey to Comics Network production.
Journey to Comics Network production. Journey to Comics Network production. Network production. Network production. Network production. Network production.
We're gonna fuck the sodomites in the... Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Journey into Comics, the podcast about everything nerd, with your hosts, Dick Tyner and Nick Maxson.
Get those wonderful toys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Journey into Comics. I am your host, Dr. Dongo, and joining me today is the Podrick to my Tyrion, Brienne, a couple other people, the Braun to my Jamie, to my... You get it. His name's Nick, and he's also hosting this show today.
Hello there, how's everyone doing
He's
tonight?
the Nick to my Dick.
I am the Nick to his Dick. How's it going tonight? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, pal?
I'm doing pretty all right.
Awesome. We're here to nerd out today on this April 2nd.
You know, it feels like it's been a while since we did a Journey into Comics.
You know, yeah, I remember the first time we did a Journey into Comics together.
It feels like it was just approximately 1 minute ago.
Yes. Yeah, I can't believe we're already here. It took us all of the last, I don't know, maybe 90, 120 seconds to get here. And, you know, it's been quite the journey.
Got it.
Pun.
There it was.
Oh, boy.
There it was.
But today we also have another guest, and his name is...
Oh, we ain't going to worry about names today. I'm just going to say hi.
Oh, holler. Oh, boy. What... I don't know what episode this is, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're here to have fun and talk about some nerdish shit.
We're gonna nerd a little bit.
I came for the beer.
And you know, I don't know. I have a couple things I might have in mind to talk about, but other than that, we're gonna riff.
We're gonna ring it.
We're gonna riff.
We're gonna go for it.
I'm going to drink.
I'm gonna drink too.
You're making fun of me.
What are we drinking?
What, beer? Yeah.
That's fair.
We are jumping into Brewlink's pretty awkward milkshake India pale ale. It is a what does it say it is? It says vanilla and orange with lactose, but it's a dreamsicle.
It is.
It's a dreamsicle.
It really is.
Are you flirting with me?
We got to get you
You
loosened
gotta
up
be careful
first.
over there. You're starting to sound like one of them hosts over on Brews with Babes.
Feel a little bit of heritage coming out of it.
Oh, the heritage.
That's heritage, not hate. Get it right.
This is a delicious brew.
It smells like a creamsicle.
I bet those guys on Brews with Babes would really get down on this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've not listened to nearly as much Brews with Babes as I would like.
I get that. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like they haven't had very many episodes.
No.
So
This isn't beer. Beer doesn't taste like this.
and they're on every Saturday, and I get it. You're usually busy on Saturdays.
yeah,
So.
it's hard to focus on the social media on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's hard for me to accomplish that. So what do we want to jump into today?
Oh boy.
Hey, did you see that one where that guy did a beer through a deer? That was pretty cool.
Beer through a deer?
Beer
Yeah.
through a bear.
He got a fresh kill hanging up there, and his buddy put a beer in its belly, and he drank it out its mouth. It was great.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Is that real?
I'm not down on that heritage.
No, that's too heritage for me.
That's some backwoods heritage right there.
If that ain't right, I want to be wrong.
I want to be wrong. Well, so neither of us read The Walking Dead.
No, we do not.
And I'm not caught up on the last 4 episodes now of Walking Dead, and you're not caught up on seasons.
I have seen the first 3 episodes
of the show.
Yes.
So we're not talking Walking Dead today.
No, it wouldn't do us any good to talk about Walking Dead.
Isn't that show where that kid died and they all got up?
Spoilers, bro.
Damn.
I knew he died. I knew he was dead.
Wait, I thought about that little blonde girl that found in the barn.
Oh shit, that was forever ago.
I knew about the guy that got smashed in the head with a baseball bat.
Yes.
They didn't. He had like a cool eye thing going on.
He had a good Louisville swing on that one. He was a home run hitter.
That Glenn Feller.
Glenn Feller.
That was an eye-popping scene right there.
Did he come back?
No.
No?
He's fucking dead.
So it's a zombie. It's a zombie show.
Should have left him in the
characters
trash
don't come
when I
back.
found him.
Well, the thing is, if you damage the brain, then they're done.
Oh.
Yeah. Usually when people, if they die, whether they got bit or not, they come back as a walker or zombie, if you will.
I see.
And so what they'll do is, if someone just dies, not due to zombification or, they'll shoot him in the head or stab him in the head, or burn the body.
Typical.
That's how they handle that shit.
Oh, I know. If you want a clean kill, you got to go right to the heart, and then you hurry up and hang them and skin them.
Way too much heritage coming out of you, man.
Okay, so
You're straight out of 100 years ago.
Here's something I want to talk about.
All right.
So, out of all of our, we delve into a lot of different realms of nerd culture.
Right.
What would you say is like some of the more niche nerdisms you have? Like I'm a huge Alien fan or something like that. Like it's not exactly your typical I love DC, I love Marvel.
I would say.
Are you making fun of me again?
No.
I guess you can't really. None of it can really be trendy because it's all trendy. But I would say I would say the Game of Thrones is my thing. I read the books. I watch the show.
Okay.
I watch the theory videos. I'm very, very invested into A Song of Ice and Fire. That's my number one.
I'm pretty deep into that. I mean, of course, Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and all that junk. I am a huge Alien fan. I'm
Alien.
Alien, the Xenomorph.
My uncle
Love
met
it.
an alien once.
Oh God, here we go. I'm into Alien. Tremors.
Yeah,
that's
about it since.
That's a not so well known. I mean, it used to be, but
That's Kevin Bacon,
Oh,
right?
that's Kevin Bacon, and they got them giant freaking graploids up in the ground.
Graploids. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a big Dune fan.
Dune.
I like
I've
Dune a lot.
never been into
Speaking
Dune.
of worm things, I'm a big Dune fan.
Well, they go through the sand and eat you from underneath.
They usually pop up and then get you from above.
Eat you from underneath.
No, these graploid things, they get you from underneath. They look like they got snakes for tongues, but they're just getting you.
I guess I didn't realize we were talking about your Graploids or whatever the fuck you said it was.
They're graploids.
Graploids. I was talking about, I think they're sandworms.
Yeah, you're talking about Dune.
No, we're
And you're
talking about
talking about
Tremors
worms.
over here.
You were talking about worms, and which made me think of something else I'm into, which is Dune, which
They're
is also worms.
pre-Cambrian life forms. They're a little bit more than worms.
These are futuristic worms.
I'm so glad that you know you're well versed in your Tremors as well.
It's one of the last movies that he's seen. They don't get very many DVDs out there.
It was on the television last week, man. I was sitting down having a couple of me brews with the boys, and I was like, hey, look, the pre-Cambrian boys up in here getting at it.
Pre-Camby boys.
Pre-Camby boys.
Call back to a show that doesn't exist in this
Tell you what, I
timeline.
about went out there and whooped Melvin a good one, too.
I feel like somebody fucked with the timeline because I feel like I'm not on the right show.
Yeah.
You get that feeling too?
I feel like I've podcasted before, but
yeah,
it also still feels like the first time.
Yeah.
The more I drink this, the more I think It's all right, but I like them worms in the sand there.
I mean, we're talking about comics and nerd shit, but we're also drinking beer.
Did you see the one where they were blasting fire out their ass? That was pretty good,
the ass
too.
blasters.
That was cracking me up.
Aptly titled, Ass Blasters. That's when it went straight to sci-fi and no longer was legitimate.
I don't actually have any idea what you guys are talking about.
Dale was my hero in that one still, man. He was the line of the light, right? All through the whole trilogy.
I'm still lost.
Oh.
Man, you need to go find yourself and get yourself some Graploid education.
A Graploid.
I'm trying to think of some other like little niche nerd things I'm into. I mean, the biggest thing I've ever been into is always Star Wars. Like, I used to write Star Wars fan fiction online and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Back in, like, high school.
Did you know that? Dr. Dongo used to write Star Wars fan fiction.
I used to write.
Now
I used to be a writer.
Did you see that one with the Jar Jar fella being a Sith Lord?
Yes.
Man, that was cool.
His drunken master technique.
Oh, yeah, where he took out that whole army and them robot motherfuckers.
That theory was way too well done.
It was super well done. And
it was real.
Theory.
It ain't no theory.
I've read it on the internet, and everything you read on there is truth.
Every single thing.
Hashtag Infowars.
Every last one. Ain't none of that like CNN fake news stuff.
Lizard people.
The lizard people are real. Have you seen Queen Elizabeth up in there?
Frogs gay.
Hashtag gay frogs.
Hey, I seen Jurassic Park. Frogs can do what they want and make life exist. It happens. Life finds a way.
Speaking of gay animals,
is
everybody caught up with John Oliver? Does anyone watch John Oliver?
No.
Last week tonight?
I
need to.
Nope,
my HBO hasn't been working for some reason. It's been paid for, so it better start working.
So
I got a little bit too drunk by that about time, and I'm not quite sure
what's going on.
But I don't want to be okay with it when I'm in the morning.
What's going on with my HBO? For whatever reason, it's not signed in. Mm-hmm. So and it's like, oh yeah, restore purchase. So I do that, and it's like, oops, something went wrong. Try to watch something and go to restore purchase.
Oh no, you got.
So it's like an endless loop of fuck off.
Yeah, you got to get with customer service and renew your licensing.
I hate it.
So as I was saying about the gay animals. So the latest episode, he's talking about Mike Pence. As Hoosiers, we're all pretty versed in Mr. Pence's policies.
We sure are.
Best policies ever written.
And
and his anti-gay cakes.
They brought something up that I did not know. Apparently, he's got a pet bunny. His name is Marlon Bundo, and he has his own Instagram account. He's very popular.
Follow it.
His Mike Pence's daughter wrote a children's book about the bunny. Mm-hmm. Mike Pence's wife Karen illustrated it, and John Oliver decided
something to aspire to. Everyone.
He made his own children's book about Marlon Bundo, except the Marlon Bundo in his story is gay. And so this was
just like
Sunday.
Dumbledore, right?
He does Sunday, just like Dumbledore, apparently. Fuck you, J.K. Rowling. So the episode aired on Sunday, and the book was immediately available. And it is the #1 book on Amazon right now, as of Tuesday.
Oh my god.
It's already outsold.
That's incredible.
It's already outsold Mike Pence's family's version.
So, old Marlon Bundo's getting nickered by the dude.
Nickered. Is that what you said?
Wow. Nickered. That's...
What'd you think I said?
I wasn't really sure what you said, honestly.
Nickered?
I knew you said nickered.
So,
and I immediately took it sexually.
You should, because that's what it means.
Because context.
Context is everything.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like we've been on a show together, and we have some kind of chemistry together.
Are you coming on to me?
Oh, man.
It also feels like it isn't the first time he's come on to you.
Because there's a barrel out back we can take turns hanging out in and see what happens.
Barry Allen clearly fucked with the timeline sometime in the last couple days.
We're blaming Barry Allen on this?
Yeah. I mean, goes and fucks with the timeline, and I feel like I'm on the wrong show.
Did you?
But it feels so right yet so wrong.
Just like when I listen to Barry White.
What happens when you listen to Barry White?
I don't want to talk about it. That's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about those geeky boys and what they do.
Geeky boys. I got a fun one.
When they're all
so
puttering with each other in the back room and giggling with dice. I don't know what that's all about, but it seems like they're having a good time.
There were a couple days ago, Marvel released the big, awesome super poster for Infinity Wars Part 1.
I know what you're talking about.
There's 20 or 30 people on the cover. They've got the list of all the actors on it. And if you look hard enough, there's a mention of Peter Dinklage.
Yep, right beside Idris Elba.
Who plays Tyrion Lannister on Game of Thrones. There's a lot of fun speculation as to who he might be.
That dickhead scientist in those X-Men movies.
Yes.
Does he?
Yeah. X-Men, Days of Future Past, he plays... I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, he's in there.
I believe I have not seen the last couple X-Men.
First Class and Days of Future Past were excellent. Apocalypse, the last one that they did, has Sophie Turner.
Ooh.
She plays Jean Grey, a young Jean Grey.
Yes, I did see that.
It was okay. I was not a fan of their portrayal of Apocalypse, played by Oscar Isaac, who I really enjoy as an actor. However, yeah, I mean, I don't know. There were things that movie could have done better, and then there were things that were really cool. Like,
did you see that one where Magneto made that bullet curve and hit Ben Steak in the leg? That was pretty sweet.
God damn it. Derailed.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Speaking of Magneto, he was one of my favorite parts of the Apocalypse movie, was like his whole character arc throughout those three movies. Michael Fassbender's Magneto.
Like when they killed his family and he flipped out and killed all them dudes like that, man, I would have flipped out even harder. I don't know how I would have handled my daughter and my wife getting killed like that, but man, I was not having it.
Right. Wow. I did not know Oscar Isaac was in the X-Men movies.
He plays Apocalypse.
That's pretty cool. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
You know, they did a really the audio engineer in me is geeking out at this. The way they made his voice for that movie is they might
like when he was talking through Xavier, that was cool.
Yeah.
And then Xavier talked to Jean Grey while he was talking through her. Man, that was something else.
But the way they mic'd him up.
How do you think he did that?
The way they mic'd him up with several different types of microphones, including like a kick-based microphone, and that got like the full dynamic range of his voice, and so the when it blended together, it had like this really cool effect.
I think it was like when Dumbledore put the that wand to his neck and shouted over everyone.
Yes,
that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
That's a good pivot point.
Yeah.
What do you think about that new Fantastic Beasts trailer?
Holy wow. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of the Newt Scamander character. He's
growing on me.
He's super awkward. But however, despite not being a fan of him, I am so interested in what the hell's wrong, like what the hell's happened to him in his life. Yeah. Like, whoa. Like,
hey man, that was about a party foul. You about got punched in the arm.
Just the arm.
So
that's just for strike one. Strike two, you don't want to know.
I haven't watched it in a week or so, but I remember my initial reaction was it was one of those trailers, and I like trailers like this.
Yes.
Where they've got so many different things going on.
I like that they brought the fat guy that was a baker back.
Yes. I kind of like that they brought him back, too.
I bet he was getting with that ginger girl all sweet like, man, she was hot.
Man, that would be nice. He deserves it.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
He's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
You see those?
And he's a baker.
He's a baker.
Those creature...
he's living the American dream.
Creations he's making in the bakery.
He's British.
No, the baker guy's not.
Does the first one take place in America?
Yeah, it takes place in New
York.
York.
New York City.
Oh yeah,
greatest city on earth.
But like I was saying, it didn't really give much away.
It's like he didn't even watch the movie.
No, it's not out yet. I didn't.
No, the
you
first
didn't
one.
watch the first one.
Yes, okay, yes.
I understand it was in New York City, and that's why Newt Scamander was coming over there.
I forgot. Okay, let's just get over it, please.
I thought you said you watched it a week ago.
No, I watched the trailer for the second movie a week ago.
Get with the times, man.
You calm down, you backwoods bastard.
How dare you
For the
assume
last-
How'd
this?
you know I go in the bathroom in the
For
woods?
the last time, they didn't really give much away about what's going on, but they like pumped the music up to make it sound like they took like the Harry Potter songs and the themes and they just made it sound fucking really epic.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what the hell's about to happen, but it sounds like this is about to pop off.
Well,
And
you got Johnny Depp in it. It's gonna pop off.
Yeah, what a
And
fucking
then Jude
reveal.
Law. Do you see who he's playing? Oh my God!
I am pretty.
Oh my God!
I am very excited for
Yes.
young Dumbledore, and it's even better that it's Jude Law.
Yeah.
Because I really, really like
Wait, that was
Jude Law.
Dumbledore?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
He's gay.
That's enough. That is enough.
Man, if Jude Law's gay, I don't know what I know anymore.
No, I'm very excited to see like what happens because I feel like this is gonna be a trilogy or something.
It is 5 movies.
Oh my God!
is
And all of them
5
are. It's gonna.
movies.
And
That's a
all of them are gonna involve
trilogy.
Grindelwald.
Oh,
This is
like
this
in
is like
Quidditch. Oh,
this
I
is
got
the
it. I
equivalent.
got it.
This is the prequels.
Yes,
These are the Harry Potter prequels.
which is hilarious because there's so much. They're already so much better than the Star Wars prequels.
hey man, if I could pod race right now, I'd do it and I'd win.
I have a
I
question.
cannot believe we haven't started pod racing yet. Pod racing would be sweet.
I have a question.
I tried pod racing in the pond behind my uncle's. My different uncle, not the one with the aliens, but
Is okay. So back on track. God.
It's very hard to stay focused.
2 things. One has to do with what we're talking about. Another, I just popped in my head and I remembered. First, off topic. Chumley's has Zima.
Gross.
I saw it on the menu today.
Nasty.
that's how I got with Mary Sue way back in the day. I popped some Zimas from my aunt's.
Pop some Zimas.
From her cooler because she doesn't
2.
have a fridge.
Yeah, she over in the ice chest. Yeah, she had a big old block of ice up in there, keeping everything nice and cool. With the right, it was right there next to the muskrat, between the, the ostrich and the raccoon.
I haven't had muskrat since that one time you invited me over for Thanksgiving dinner.
That was the best Thanksgiving dinner ever.
It was not. It was not.
But
Yeah,
no,
it was. We finally figured out what was going on with Billy Jane and my aunt.
I do not want to talk about what happened that
oh
night.
God. Number 2, back on topic. How do you pronounce? Is it Grindelwald or Grindelwald?
Grindelwald.
Okay, because I could have swore in the trailer I heard it Wald.
Grindelwald.
Yeah, 'cause, like
I
the
bet there's
W
one
is
person.
like
I
it's
bet
a
we could
German
phone
W.
a friend and she would know.
Like it's a German W.
If I could initiate right here, the movie we're talking about is The Crimes of Grindelwald, and if you can't understand that, there's something wrong.
Then you need to get the fuck out of America. But I seriously wonder if it's a German W.
I have no idea. I bet we could find out really easily.
They
if we
say it in the
interneted.
first movie.
Let's ask the R&D department. Can we get?
Yeah.
Can we
R&D,
get James? James, can you? check that
R&D
out real
department
quick?
is on it.
But anyway, while we're talking about this, we'll talk about Billy Jane and my aunt.
No. Please, it has nothing to do with comics. It has nothing to do with. Just wait.
It was quite comical how you got pulled in between, man.
Comical. It ain't about comics, but it is comical.
Hey, you making fun of my family again because that's how you got pulled in the first time.
I know.
Second time is because they just like the way you feel.
You scarred me. My ass has never been the same.
It never will be.
I think we're almost done with this pretty awkward milkshake.
I mean, this looks like something I'd give one of my little girls, or maybe even my boy, because he's kind of fruity anyway. He's got this little kind of cartoon characters up on here. I thought that might have been something for the little ones, and man, I don't know, man. I might want to drink it instead.
It's all right. It's pretty good. I told you, it tastes like a dreamsicle.
It makes me think of those, like, those Flintstone push-up fucking orange things.
Push pops.
They ain't push pops. They ain't get a push without a shove, and I ain't no better than that.
I haven't had a Flintstones thing in a while. I'd hate to piss you off by calling it a push pop. But it's kind of like a push pop.
Well, they're kind of like, ice cream cones with the sleeve. You have to shove it out of.
Out of what?
Out of the sleeve. You got to.
Out of the sleeve.
All right.
Sorry.
You're about to get these hands.
I don't want the hands. So, if I'm not mistaken, there's
you said that to my aunt, and guess what happened?
Our body is still recovering. If I'm not mistaken, it's either 4 or 5 movies in this Fantastic Beasts
and I'm
series.
okay with that.
I'll take it. I think they did a good job. The first one was really dark.
It really was. I mean, Ezra Miller, fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Dark
Colin
character.
Farrell? Oh.
That was one of my favorite.
God.
That was one of my favorite roles he's ever done. He did
The
it.
twist
honestly,
at the end.
yeah.
Oh my God. It's like him and Johnny Depp were the same person. And I'd be okay if me and Johnny Depp were the same person and I just share bodies like that. It would be all right.
You getting interrupted, it just feels so normal.
I know. I feel like we've been here before.
Man, it's just like deja vu.
What was that?
What was I saying? Oh, so I've been trying.
I think I'm having deja vu.
The past couple years, I try not to watch the trailers for the movies I want to see.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I did it, but I was somehow able to completely miss that Johnny Depp was in the movie. I didn't hear about it anywhere. I had no idea.
They didn't advertise it.
They didn't advertise it?
He wasn't in a trailer or any advertising.
It was a huge twist.
I knew he
Huge
wasn't
reveal.
in
because
any of the trailers.
there was a light hint, like a month or so before the release of that movie.
A month?
And there was like going to be a surprise reveal at the end, and everybody was like, oh no, we're going to get Voldemort. And it was Grindelwald, and it was Johnny Depp, and it was the most excellent thing I ever seen.
It was really sweet. It was a nice shock. I was down for it because Johnny Depp used to be my favorite.
Yeah.
When I was a kid and saw Pirates of the Caribbean, I was immediately sold on Johnny Depp.
Oh, I love that boat scene with him and Orlando Bloom.
They did a lot of cool boat scenes.
Where they were like underwater with that fucking boat, and it was all like magic. And they're like, this is either madness or genius. And
one time they were a boat on water. The one time they were a boat on the shore. Another time they were in a boat underneath the water.
No, they had like that lifeboat thing. I don't know what they're called. They're like the fucking short little fucking thing with the paddles, and they turned it upside down, and they're walking underwater with it.
Oh, yeah.
And Orlando Bloom's like, this is either genius or madness, and Johnny Depp's like, it's amazing how often those two come hand in hand.
Got him. I really liked his character. And then it got, we've
Colin
had
Farrell.
5 now, right? 5 Pirates of the Caribbean.
Back to Pirates. I thought he was going back to Harry Potter.
About Orlando Bloom because, man, dog.
You know,
hunk.
Dead Men Tell No Tales, the latest Pirates movie, excellent.
Oh, yeah. I want to...
Yeah.
Pirates
I want
4.
a pig leg full of rum, man. I would never have that thing dried out. Oh, wait.
A peg leg full of
Pirates
rum.
of the Caribbean 4. Forgive me, I said Pirates 4. Different movie.
Yeah, I saw that one, too. That was a much different movie.
There's only 2 of those.
Me and the old lady.
But Pirates of the Caribbean 4, On Stranger Tides, not so great.
That one is weird. And it sucks that was a good concept. I like the whole Fountain of Youth thing. That would have been cool.
Are you kidding me? Blackbeard? The most feared legendary pirate of all time.
Was that the 4th one? Was Blackbeard in the 4th?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Get the fuck out. How dare you? All right, you can come back in.
And we're down.
And
we're down a host.
Bring some beer first, then come back. Anyway, Dongo.
Anyway, what's your name again?
Don't matter.
It don't matter. Are you pleading the
matter.
fifth?
I plead the fifth. Plead the fifth.
You know your rights.
I know the rights that was given to me by George fucking Washington.
George Washington owned slaves.
George Washington was a great man. You can't judge everybody by all their mistakes. Abraham
Yes,
Lincoln
you
owned
can.
slaves, and everybody calls him the fucking greatest president ever. Yeah, he was a freaking slave owner. Don't give me that.
My favorite president was
Barack
Mr.
Obama?
Harrison, the one who was only in office for 29 days or something like that.
Oh, William Henry Harrison.
Actually, I'm
He was Hoosier.
I was actually a big James Garfield fan. It was a shame that sucker shot him in the gut.
Damn it.
Yeah, William Henry Harrison. His inauguration speech was so long, and it was a cold, rainy day, and he caught pneumonia, or he caught something.
That was Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Garfield.
No,
Yeah.
Harrison. Yeah.
No,
He got
William-
pneumonia and basically days later died.
No, he
Way to go, champ.
He caught a flu, it was, and then he couldn't quite shake it because he insisted on continuing his presidential work. And then because he wouldn't let himself rest, it turned into pneumonia and ended up killing him.
I would love to look up the list of his accomplishments.
He accomplished quite a bit. He was a hard-working man. Quite a guy to look
Clearly.
up to. I suggest y'all listening in
might say
actually
he
do some little bit of presidential research and figuring
worked
out
himself
who's
to
been
death.
who
Oh.
leading this here great country and what he is.
Which president got us into World War I? Anybody know?
Oh shit. Oh man, that's a fuck.
Who was the one that Teddy Roosevelt?
Teddy Roosevelt was after.
Was he? He was in that time period though. He's
Ooh,
somewhere
no,
in
he
the
was
early
before.
20th century.
How dare you desecrate Teddy Roosevelt's name with war?
Sorry.
We all know he
Sorry.
left office before World War I even happened.
Yeah, but he went to war with a couple countries.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because we just kicked their ass like Americans can.
I wonder who holds the record. I think it's probably Obama for who got us into the most wars.
Actually,
Obama got us into a war?
Obama's
Oh,
the only
goodness.
president to hold a presidency and have our country at war the entire time of his time of inauguration and the inauguration of his predecessor.
Yeah. So Bush got us into
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson
For
got
World
us
War
into
One.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, Obama by the time he left, he had gotten us. He didn't get us into. We were involved in 7 different wars in 7 different countries.
Were they?
And we were involved.
Yemen, Syria,
They were.
Libya.
But it's all portrayed as the same war.
It's not.
It's not the same
No.
war. Actually, when he took office, we weren't in Yemen or Syria yet.
No.
We were in Iraq and Afghanistan, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
was Iraq, Afghanistan, and part of Pakistan, which was more of a secret thing, and that didn't really come out until after we had already snuck in and started doing stuff and snuck back out. And we were also in part of Northern Africa as well.
This is so not comic talk.
No. And
I don't know how we got here.
honestly, I feel like this
This is
poor report territory.
yeah. Sorry to whoever the host of that is.
Yeah, that guy.
I feel like I can't recall a single host of any of the
I
shows
know,
on the
like-
network.
We've been doing this so long, you would think we would know the host.
It's been
I think people should
somewhere
have already
near.
expected this because this is what we do when we podcast together.
I think you should aim the mic at your mouth.
I think you should aim your mouth at my nuts.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Because you're talking over here. This is what you're doing.
Would you not worry about what I'm doing and worry about what you're doing or worry what I'm going to be doing to you if you keep fucking making fun of me?
I can't recall how many podcasts I've been on, but I feel like 30 minutes is a record for how long it took us to make a penis joke.
Honestly, yeah.
That's a record. I vaguely remember podcasting once, and it was 45 seconds.
Sorry, I'm the only one that doesn't aim his mic at his mouth like he's sucking a dick.
Dude.
Language.
Penis joke.
You gotta talk in the mic, man. There's just no way around it.
Yeah, as the editor of the network, kinda, which oddly is the only thing that feels
I
normal
know
about
what
this.
I do. You don't got to remind me.
The only thing. It sucks that no matter what timeline we're on, you still have a Harambe tattoo.
Oh man, of all the things that Barry Allen could have fixed, he couldn't fix
the fucking Harambe tattoo.
I was gonna say the death of Harambe, but he could still be with us.
Well, I would have shot the child and Harambe with tranquilizers.
I really wish people would have brought up
Sleep peacefully,
all the gun talk after Harambe was killed.
Right?
You know, why did we wait until a bunch of kids were killed?
You know what I want to talk about? Speaking of guns,
national hero.
The gunslinger.
The gunslinger, man.
If we
Damn
could
it.
transition a little bit into one of my all-time favorite series is the Dark Tower series by him and Sir Stephen King.
So in preparation, because I like reading these big, crazy, awesome stories, and I had so many people say Dark Tower, Dark Tower, Dark Tower.
I'd seen it for years, and I'd never.
So before the movie came out this past summer, I was like doing it, and I think I read the first 2 or 3 books before the movie came out, and then saw it, and it was like a bunch of different aspects of all the books smashed into one
What did
movie.
I tell you to look at in that movie? I told you to finish the books, and then you will understand that the movie is a continuation of the books, and if you finish them, you'll understand it even more.
You did say that. You did say that.
It makes me kind of want to. I can't watch it then if I haven't read the books.
It doesn't give anything away, and it seems like the.
All
It
I
seems
gotta
like
say
the books.
is one of the quotes out of that book that not everybody will get, but you've read those books, you'll know. There are other worlds than these.
Holy shit! That's the name of the episode, I think. There's other worlds than these. Because this is not the right timeline.
No.
We've been moved.
We have been. I don't feel
All I
right.
know is that I got this battle horn on my hip that I dropped in that battle, and I thought about not picking it up, but this time I did. So it's not really sure what's going on now.
I have a question for you guys
Yes.
on the subject of guns and weapons.
Don't like them, don't have them. If you like them, have them. Whatever.
No.
It's very progressive.
Yeah, that's very forward thinking of you, pal.
Fucking hillbilly. So what were you saying? Continue.
So
I'm gonna super soak the fuck out of you.
Oh man! Once again, super soaker is it's a form of weapon.
I don't think he's talking about a super soaker.
Oh.
Unless that's a nickname.
So in all of the
Nicknames,
we've all
my
played video
nickname.
games. We've all played video games.
Some, yes.
Just a few.
I love Pong.
What are some of like your favorite weapons throughout the series? Like specific weapons.
What series?
And just
Any
games?
in games in general.
I'm a big fan of the BFG.
Hell
but
yeah.
the thing is just kind of like situational combat.
You're right.
You got to do that just at the right time. And if you don't aim it right, you're just like shooting in the wind and pissing on yourself.
I would say, in terms of games, my favorite weapon would be the Aeons or the Summons or the Espers from Final Fantasy.
Really?
Those were the weapons. Those dudes were bad fucking ass.
Those weren't weapons.
They were absolutely weapons. And if not them, then like
They
swords. I really like
they were
video swords in video games,
in
especially
which fought for you.
especially in like Final Fantasy. They made a point to try to have ancient, like actual ancient swords as references. Like in Final Fantasy IX, there was Excalibur.
Yeah.
And the Murasame, the Masamune. Like they took ancient legendary swords and incorporated them into the games.
And bastardized them.
If we stepped outside of video games, I would say my favorite weapon is Soul from Akira, which was a satellite up in space that would shoot a fucking laser beam.
Soul.
Sounds like the Hammer of
Soul.
Dawn.
We will use Soul.
It was
It's the Hammer of Dawn from Gears of War.
Ass. They took it from they took it from
yeah,
Akira.
I believe
they
it.
took it from Akira.
I believe it.
Or, if you want to go with one of the most legendary weapons of the current timeline of this current gen video games, the Galahorn.
Oh, Destiny.
Oh, yeah. Anybody that knows Destiny knows the Galahorn is the end-all, win-all, legendary, exotic weapon that just even has clans and groups and followers named after it. I know certain people in a clan called Boss Killers.
So now that we've jacked that off to the point of coming, can you tell me what the weapon's about?
The weapon itself is a rocket launcher.
Yes.
That does tracking, so it'll track down whatever you aim it at.
Nice.
And then as soon as it explodes, it sends out mini Wolfpack rockets that track back to the target and hit it again.
How'd you like that? You want it again?
Yeah, and it's not just like 3. You get like 5, 6 Wolfpack rounds that like flare out and just come back or almost another rocket right into it. And for all you DPS players out there, you'll understand that this thing just keeps hitting and keeps that DPS up for all you.
You know, one of my favorite weapons. You know, I there's so many to count from, or there's so many to take from. But going way back in the day to Turok Evolution for PS4, PS2, there was okay. There's 2 weapons in that game. One was you get this right off the bat. It's your fucking club, and it looks so badass. It's got like a spiked side. It's really cool. It gets blood on it as you hit people with it.
I like blood.
Whoa.
Thanks for all that head.
Let me drink this real quick.
He's talking about beer. Well, I don't know if it's. Sorry, it just popped in my head. It's not very practical, although it has some cool abilities. But I really dug some of the Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts. Those were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's just a big fucking key.
Is that like a keytar? I've seen those with that, like
not,
that band Deadsy that plays that guy that's got like a keyboard guitar, but it's shaped like a guitar, but it's a keyboard. But it doesn't have the keys. It's got the weird knobs and
you got the right
all over
idea.
it.
Okay, you got the right idea. Keytar, it's like a keyboard, guitar, keyblade.
I don't think you got the right idea.
It's like a keyboard
It's like
blade.
a key, like getting into your house.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But it's a sword.
That's like in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. Exactly like that. Precisely like that.
Then why didn't you just say so in the first place?
Do you think there's going to be a lightsaber keyblade?
Yes.
But I don't think you quite understand what a keytar is.
I don't need you to tell me.
There's not
You
that
need
like
to know.
stand up with a keyboard thing. No, it's an actual guitar with keyboard instruments and stuff on it. Like you would be playing a guitar, but it's like keyboard-esque. It's fucking weird, man.
That's what I just said.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Then why didn't you say Kingdom Hearts to begin with?
I'm having a hard time with this guy.
Pivoting. So once again, there's another weapon from Turok Evolution that I absolutely loved, and that was so they had a rocket launcher in the game, and of course, you know, it shot rockets.
Who doesn't have rocket launchers that shoot rockets?
However,
next,
there was a secondary mode to this rocket launcher, and it shot out like these little homing
you shall not
things,
pass.
And they followed you through walls, through everything. They were inescapable.
Blue shells.
Huh?
Blue shells.
That's it.
Essentially blue shells.
That's the best weapon in any game.
Fact.
The blue shell.
Lightning bolt.
No, nothing stops a blue shell.
That's
nothing.
true.
Nothing.
Have you not seen that video where lightning bolt?
Oh, God, fucking lightning bolt.
I have played.
Best weapon ever.
No.
Okay.
Best weapon ever.
So
if you have a star,
I'm gonna tell you with a lightning bolt.
So these fucking they're little boars, and they'll chase you around the map.
Lightning bolt.
And I mean, they don't chase you for long because they'll catch up to you.
lightning bolt.
They'll catch up to you, and they're just instant kill. They what they do is they attack
just like
you.
blue turtle shell.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? You get hit by a blue shell and you're ejected from the game. Like, gotcha.
Yeah.
But they catch you, and then they just start eating you like from the inside out, and you're like,
Just like
if
a
you
blue turtle shell.
sit and watch the body, it like just starts disintegrating little by little.
Yeah, that's what happens when I get hit by a blue turtle shell. That thing's got wings and spikes, and it hits you, and it just goes up in you and blows up, and next thing you know, you're just all
Comes
like...
in from your butthole!
Oh man, that sounds familiar
Turns
too.
the frogs gay.
Feels like deja
Turns
vu.
the frogs gay!
Something about buttholes and
All right, but
sodomites and
all I know is
flaming,
that you said there's a
flaming
rocket launcher that
buttholes.
kills you. Yeah, cool, awesome. Moving on.
What was...
I had another weapon.
Have
oh
you
yeah,
guys seen the new Alien trailer yet?
there's a new Alien trailer.
I have not.
What are you talking about, pal?
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
I ain't even gonna fucking
That's
talk.
a moot point then. Has anyone seen trailers for
Nope.
Ready Player One?
Oh, yeah.
I saw it in theaters. I don't remember. I need to see the movie itself.
It is based on a book.
Yes.
The deal is they're living in some fucking dystopian world. It's totally shitty and stuff, but they've got virtual reality. So everybody goes into this virtual reality game called the Oasis. When the owner dies, he's already made this video that comes out, and it says that whoever can find this special Easter egg,
Which is an actual egg.
in the virtual reality world, gets the company. They get his inheritance.
So,
Wow.
naturally, you have all these corporations that are just pretty
Flooding it.
much ruling the world already. Does that sound like a book some of these read before?
At least
Maybe.
fucking 100 or 3 million. Or...
I can think of at least two.
Continuing on. So
Continuing on.
You read?
Who doesn't read?
So Spielberg, so a lot of the guy that wrote the book had a lot of Spielberg references. So
Yeah.
Spielberg is producing it. He didn't direct it, but
I thought he directed it.
he didn't
Nope.
direct it. He's producing
He's
it.
producing. Did you
And
not read?
it's got a bunch of references to. It's not just Spielberg stuff. So let me try it off the top of my head. There's references to the Iron Giant,
Yes.
Street Fighters, Battletoads.
There's a
Mortal Kombat.
major Tron reference. in
There's a
this.
Tron reference. There's Back to the Future, Akira. It just It's a huge pop culture fucking.
Oh, it's also got
nonsense.
some Sword Art Online kind of feel to it as well, because you're full on in-depth VR.
It looks pretty wild. Some of the reviews were less than flattering. Although, to be fair, the review I read that was less than flattering was on Screen Crush. And lately, they have literally been posting, like, at noon. They say, we don't know about this movie. And 4 hours later post, why this movie is amazing. It's like, okay, I get you've got several writers, and you're expressing different viewpoints, but holy shit, enough with the clickbait bullshit. Like,
Yes.
this is one of our writers
Hey,
that
calm
didn't
down.
like
You're
it.
starting to yell at me.
This is another writer that did like it. Like, they've done it. It's happened to me 3 times where I've seen it, and I'm just like, make up your fucking mind, Screen Crush.
You know, that's why I don't pay a lot of attention to movie reviews or the previews or much or anything. I just need to go watch it, and if it's going to blow me away, I'm going to tell my buddy, hey, that's pretty decent. You should probably watch that in the theater.
A couple weeks ago, we went and saw, without seeing very many trailers,
Annihilation.
How was that?
I
It
fell
was
asleep.
good. What were you going to say?
I said I fell asleep. We
were drunk. We were drunk when we went.
We decided to drink like 4 beers in the parking lot before we walked in. And then we walked in with a couple beers too
Yeah,
in
our
my coat.
pockets. We
Oh
were
my god!
So we got
on a Tuesday or Thursday. Like, it was the middle
I
of the
know
week.
because it was after.
It was on a
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it was the middle of the week.
It was literally last Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Last Tuesday we got wasted. We got hammered drunk. Like
I wanted to go with you guys.
It was fun.
we got hammered drunk, and
it was a slow
we thought
build.
we were going to watch Leonard Skinner with Jesus on vocals with Eagles Wings, but instead we watched Annihilation.
We saw Natalie Portman
Which
just
was-
fucking struggling.
We saw Natalie
Yeah.
Portman fucking, and we were like, Natalie Portman tits, yeah, man!
Yeah, that
and
was
it
cool.
just didn't happen. I got
There were no Natalie Portman tits, but you
Oh,
did see
you
Natalie
got me.
Portman doing some riding.
You
Yeah,
got me
she
some
rode-
super excited.
Yeah. You're no telling
Director's
how
cut.
I felt, man. I was like, oh! And then you couldn't get to the end, and I was like, man, not what I do with this.
Wow.
And then I fell asleep after she crawled in this hole.
Wow.
And then there was this burning alien guy, and it was just like, Jesus.
So it was okay.
Our Lord and Savior Dale
We're
Earnhardt.
gonna do it. We're gonna go spoiler mode. Okay.
All right, spoiler, guys.
This is spoiler alert for
Wait.
the movie Annihilation.
But you're gonna spoil it for me.
Do you not want me to spoil it for you?
I don't know.
Nobody gives a dick about it.
Okay, then I won't spoil, but I'll give a quick synopsis.
Okay.
They call it like a horror film.
It's a thriller.
A thriller.
It's a sci-fi thriller horror.
And it's got a slow build, and people start getting picked off, and then at the end, there's a really crazy sci-fi turn.
And then there's a guy where they cut his belly open and his guts are moving.
It was fucking weird.
That was my favorite part.
Oscar Isaac's cutting into someone's belly.
Oh, Oscar Isaac.
Isaacs cuts his belly open like it's a microwave door, and then shoves his hands in there, and it's still moving around his hand, man.
Like it was like a Facebook Live video. Like, all right, now I'm gonna bust into this guy's tummy.
It's like Rob Dyrdek's all like, man,
look at this shit.
It's like Rob Dyrdek jumped on Big's shoulders up in heaven and said, "Look at this shit, it's still moving."
It was nasty. It was hard to watch because they showed you him cutting into the stomach. You're like, oh no. Old boy was way too calm, but he was already kind of fucked up. He was really fucked up by whatever
and then
was
that
in
chick
him.
talking about how her fingerprints are moving, and then she's not even sure if she should cut herself open to see if her guts are moving too. Man, that was like intense.
It was weird. It was a good movie though. It was a good movie. I won't spoil it.
I definitely need to go watch it again so I'm not so drunk, passed out. I don't know at the end of it.
Yeah, we were
So
drunk.
we're drinking this, or you and I are still drinking this.
already
the
done
Galaxy
drinking.
Hero. I'm not a fan.
No, I don't like it either. I didn't even really.
I'm
like
not a
the
big fan
Northwest.
of Galaxy hops. I don't.
I mean, like I went through that Northwest like it was nothing because it didn't taste.
Yeah,
like
it tasted like a normal.
I'm pretty sure
like
that
what I'm used to.
I'm pretty sure that Budweiser that you drink from time to time probably tasted not as good as this did. But
I don't know. I think I'd take Budweiser over this.
well, no, I
I'm
think
gonna
I'd
say
take
it.
a Miller Lite over that zombie dust you like.
Whoa!
Oh wow, that sounds like
I wouldn't agree with that.
deja vu.
Good.
But there is. I'm assuming this is made with Galaxy hops. That's a thing. Okay.
Almost assuredly, that's what it means.
Are you telling me that this is from the galaxy?
Well,
Yes.
technically, everything is from the galaxy at this point. Our galaxy, at least.
Don't you tell me that, because I am from Earth. I ain't from the galaxy.
That's just ignorant.
Ignorant.
Hurt is not hate.
Okay.
Don't you tell me what I am.
So this next beer coming up, I'm gonna go ahead and take all our glasses and wash them out because I want us all to
A
enjoy.
nice full flavor.
I want us to enjoy.
Hey, make sure you
what
know
this
which
is.
glass is which. I don't want to be drinking after you. You can't catch
I'm
me.
washing them out. Fuck off.
Don't be an asshole.
Can't catch me with that gay shit.
Damn it.
So them blue turtle shells, man, that was like the best weapon ever.
Dude, I play a lot of Mario Kart. Or I used to. I'm still really good at Mario Kart, and ain't nothing fucks your mojo up like a blue shell.
You know what fucks your mojo up a little bit more than a blue shell in a Mario Kart race?
What?
Somebody in third place hitting you with a green shell while you're in first.
That sucks. That's embarrassing, is what that is.
No, that's good fucking snipe skills, because when I played Super Mario Kart, the original, man, you could hit a guy in first place from fourth, and then
I was pretty good. I'm pretty good at aiming my green shells.
if you get that wall bounce and then get them,
Oh, God mode. God mode.
oh my lord, man, Jesus. Was
Snap
on
you off
my
with
side.
one of these 45-degree angle green shell shots, you little bitch.
It's not. It's like wasn't even Baby Jesus, which is my favorite. All favorite
all
Baby
hopped
Jesus.
up on Mountain Dew, baby Jesus.
It's like teenage Jesus when he took that break in the Bible when
When he's starting to get into drugs and stuff, yeah.
no.
Yeah, oh.
Jesus didn't do drugs. You don't do drugs. The Bible says it.
My Jesus did
You can
drugs.
drink wine because Jesus makes water into wine, but that's about all you do. And then maybe eat people too because he feeds people his body, and that's all right. But no, you don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, I'm good.
Man, Jesus. Lord, baby Jesus, teenage Jesus
So,
that played video games.
While I was in there, I overheard the shell conversation, and it just reminded me of like the way you guys were talking about it was like it's like, oh yeah, I just did a 360 no scope, like fucking it's like fuck off.
I ain't none of that Black Ops.
You don't like the way I talk about shooting my green shells?
All I know is all you Modern Warfare Black Ops playing pansies ain't know what real gaming really is. Catch me in some Halo no-scope. Fucking sword you from across
Catch me in the game,
map.
how about that?
BS, because I'll do it. I'll cross-skype sword you up in you, and you won't know what's going on until I pull that shotgun up when you try to sword me back, and you done it in your guts.
I have no idea what you said at all because I was not paying attention. But Tyler, the host of Voice of Survival, him and I are thinking about going to see a Miss Bad Baby at the Emerson later.
I will never respect you again.
Just to do it.
That will be it. That will be the end. That will be the end of it, Dongo.
That
Will
sounds
the
like,
Nick and Dick page be gone?
That sounds like some...
I'll finally delete it.
I got a notification a little bit ago. It says 96 people haven't heard from you in a while.
Fuck you, 96.
Say that again, Dick. You're gonna go see a what?
Bad Baby.
You're gonna go see a bad baby? That sounds some like weird
Miss Catch Me
pedophilia stuff
Outside.
that my second cousin was really into, and we don't talk to him no more.
Miss Cash Me Outside.
I'm not supporting that.
Oh yeah, that's that one
I
that
don't blame you.
6ix9ine rapper got in trouble filming while he did it with her, and now he's in jail.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You deserve it if you're doing something that's stupid. Let's drink some of this Tropic.
Oh yeah, I'm
Nuggies.
so glad we got a full glass of this.
Finally.
Each.
I mean, the light. Jesus, are you coming for me?
No, someone just turn on the kitchen light. You're fine.
Oh my god,
my
that tastes so
Lord.
good.
It is so good.
Maybe I felt like I've only had like 3 hams, not hams. It's hams, and like
It's France.
I saw France. No, it's German.
Just keep saying what you were saying, damn it.
Just use your words.
I am using my words, man. What do you think I'm doing?
I got a meme to show you guys.
Anyway, so this is a double dry hop, double IPA, and I've heard of Galaxy and Citra hops, but it's also got a hop called the Motueka, Motueka, Motueka.
I'm pretty sure you're saying that wrong. Let me see that.
There's at least 6. I just said it 5 different ways.
You couldn't have said it my way. Motueka.
Motueka?
Have you guys seen this meme?
Yeah. M-O-2.
That's good.
It's M-O-T-U-E-K-A. Motueka.
Motueka? Motueka? Motueka. It
It's
doesn't matter what it is. Anyway,
What is
there's something about that hop.
this? When you
I can
put
taste
all
it.
your points into strength and charisma, and then suddenly you're a black man in a holy night suit. Man, I can believe that because, man.
It's funny. Okay, so the meme says when you put all your points into strength and charisma.
Hey, I know that guy from somewhere.
It has
What's his
Terry.
name?
It has Terry Crews in
Terry Crews.
set of like really valiant armor.
All he has to do is put on some Old Spice, and he does the same.
Got a super charming smile. I love that. That picture's awesome. It's my phone background.
Have you seen the one where he's on that show with the dude from Lonely Island?
Yes, I have not seen the show, but I know what you're talking about.
He's got a show where they are all really super fans of some authors, and he writes a book, and it's really bad, and he gets sucked into being off the case by one of his favorite authors, and it's funny because his book's bad, and they makes him think it's good, but it's bad.
That was
I don't know if that was a really bad explanation.
strong.
Or if I just
Strong
don't know what you're
words.
talking about.
Strong words from a strong man.
I gotta say, any of these listeners out here that's seen that show knows what I'm talking about.
Shout out.
And they got that girl on there that's try to cosplay, and all she needs to do is some welding goggles, and she makes herself a rogue character in the cosplay scene. It's funny.
So I guess they're coming out with new animated Star Wars shorts.
Really?
I need some new shorts, man. Mine are all like torn up.
God damn it. So at least
That almost sounded like genuine frustration.
okay, so apparently, so they've got. Damn it!
Oh, how
I
does
feel like
it go?
I've been here before.
How does it go? I'm trying to do another host on the networks.
Okay.
I think it's the game addicts host, Nate Phillips. I was trying to mock his laugh. I can't remember. It's really cheesy, and he does it all the time.
I'm in a spot.
Shout out Nate Phillips of Game Addicts. I think that's what you host.
The Pod Daddy, is that his name?
Pod Daddy.
Hey, drinking this beer makes me think of those brews with broads, and I'm like,
Dude, it's brews with babes.
well, I bet they're our babes too.
Wow.
I bet they are. I heard they're pretty good-looking girls over there, man. I bet you I could go over there, have a couple beers, and we start a fire out the back, and we could have a good conversation.
What I was saying, Star Wars shorts, animated little 15, 20-minute
like
clips.
I was saying, I need new shorts.
Fuck off.
This is not Journey into Fashion. This is Journey into Comics.
Do I look like I'm fashionable? I need new shorts.
Pointing
Why
that-
you keep talking about your wardrobe?
Coining that.
You keep talking about shorts.
Journey into Fashion. New show on
I'm
Patreon.
talking about Star Wars animated clips.
Why didn't you say that in the first place, man? I thought you were talking about Star Wars shorts, and that sounded pretty awesome. I want some Death Star shorts, I want some TIE Fighter shorts, and I want some Darth Maul shorts.
Darth Maul shorts would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
So they're making these, and apparently they clear up some information about Luke Skywalker after The Last Jedi. They clear up what exactly Leia's plan was coming to break Han out of Jabba's palace. And they hit a couple more things. So
it was simple. He was frozen in carbonite, and she needed to go free him.
Well, they clear up her fucking awful plan, which is they don't really clear it up from what I hear. But anyway, so then they've got everybody. They've got all the original people who played these characters doing their voices. So Luke is doing. So Mark Hamill is doing Luke's voice. They've got.
I can't believe that because he hates everything.
The lady that did Ahsoka and all the Clone Wars stuff. She's doing her voice.
Oh, you mean Anakin?
John Boyega is doing Finn.
I mean, we're gonna get
Daisy Ridley
Ahsoka,
is doing Rey. Like they're all all these people are playing their own characters on this animated.
I'm very
series.
excited to see more Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka's probably one of my favorite ever
Spoiler!
apprentices.
Apparently, after Rebels, she's alive.
Yeah.
So they're opening up the possibility.
They leave it open.
They're opening up the possibility.
She's a possibility of becoming a national full-fledged Jedi? Man, that'd be great.
But she could be playing into things that are happening in the original series, like episodes 4, 5, and 6. Because she's still technically alive during that period, is what they're getting at.
That'd be cool.
Even though Anakin never graduated her to full Jedi.
No, she left.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
She fucking
No,
left.
it doesn't.
Have you
She
not
abandoned.
read the Jedi text?
She abandoned the Jedi, and that's okay.
Boom, lightning.
You can't really blame her for abandoning the Jedi.
Yeah,
No.
you can. If she was a true Jedi, she would have held true and true.
Fuck the Jedi.
Fuck all of them.
I felt like the Hound saying that. Fuck the King.
Can I guys read you a meme
No.
I saw the other day about Star Wars that really touched me?
I'll touch
It
you.
says this. The face you make when you realize that Star Wars is the story of an orphaned boy who becomes radicalized after a military strike kills his family. He is indoctrinated into an ancient religion joins a band of insurgents and carries out a terrorist attack that kills 300,000 people.
Saint it.
Isn't that it?
Circa.
Is that not?
That's it.
Saint it.
Is that American?
Circa
Is that American imperialism?
20
called out
15.
back in '78.
You know that.
Boom.
That meme is
That hurts.
old.
Is George Lucas that smart, or was he able to just make a story that fit into those tropes so well that we're able to retrofit it to such a narrative?
How about this? Simpson did it.
Simpsons are seriously notorious for being able to.
They really are.
I don't say that they predict things, but just the absurdity of things. South Park is very like they hit the PC.
Hey, you know who
thing
did it before South Park? Simpsons.
And I gave Simpsons
did
their
it.
credit. What I'm saying is I was also giving South Park credit for when they did their whole PC season. They hit that.
Yeah.
They hit that right before it became super ridiculous. You know, the whole.
That pre-C.
It's real bad now.
I mean, it was
principle was
starting
pretty
to
good.
get ridiculous.
My favorite part
and that's why
was
they
Lord.
did it. Sorry.
Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Mm-hmm. Feeling good on a Wednesday.
Compose.
I don't know what I was getting at. I think it's super interesting that what George Lucas didn't really do a whole lot.
I like the panty bathroom. Had a waterfall and some lavender scents in it.
What are you talking about?
South Park.
That sounded so innocent. South Park.
Of
I was
course,
talking
Nick.
about Lord and his song.
We were talking about Star Wars again. We were pivoting back.
Feeling good on a Wednesday.
This beer is good.
This beer is so good.
This beer's so good. I'm almost done when you guys are still.
It's
sipping
funny I
along.
mentioned because the last beer we drank was Galaxy Hero,
Yeah, shut up.
and then I was like, I don't like I'm not a fan of the Galaxy hop, and this has Galaxy hop in
It
it.
depends on when. Like,
Yeah.
it depends on when you're doing the Galaxy.
Actually,
true.
it really
It's
depends
probably-
on when that Galaxy hop is actually hop, because in this beer we're drinking now, it is dry hop later in the process, so you get more of the fruity flavors in the pop.
Wow.
And the beer we had before was normal hopped IPA, which gives it more bitterness and less of a juicy fruitiness that we would expect from this beer.
You sound really well versed in this. I believe you need to be a guest on whatever your name is.
That's
you need
what I was saying.
You need to be a
These
guest on
brews with broads, man.
Babes.
Brews
I
with
bet
Babes.
they are babes, man. They already sound really good looking. Man, that's what I was saying. We could go sit
And
in the
you know-
bonfire, have some couple brews, and have a good conversation.
And you guys really need to listen to this coming Saturday. The coming Saturday, Brews with Babes, really excellent. Lauren Million, she hosts the show, of course, and she did a really good job hosting it. I think Veronica is on there as well, and Sarah.
Did you say Veronica or Veronica?
Veronica.
Man, it sounded like you said Veronica.
And
like
the
you're
Pod
trying to
Daddy
say
himself
brew
makes
with
a couple
babes
appearances on it.
and mix her name up a little bit up in
Veronica.
there, man. I haven't mixed that name up once this whole time, and here you are stumbling while you're trying to explain it.
Shut up.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Brews with Babes, one of my favorite shows on the network. They've got a lot of really good insight, a lot of really good characters on their show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, that's how I knew how to dry hop and single hop stuff. Are you kidding
Just
me?
listening to
Nick-
Brews with Babes.
Nick,
Yeah,
you're
man, why do you
gonna
think I
understand
keep
this.
bringing them up?
Yeah.
So one of their guests on this week's Brews with Babes is his name's Keith.
Okay.
You don't get it, do you? You're giving me that
No, I understand, but
Keith thing.
I understand the Keith thing. I'm hoping that I'm wondering.
I don't know
where
if
it's heading.
he's a Keith.
Okay,
I don't know
okay.
if he is. I just thought it was
I was
hilarious.
hoping that wasn't a real dark twist. I'm like,
No,
please don't tell me.
Remember back in the day, it was
I
like,
know Keith is the name of the worst person ever. Just
yeah, I don't think he is, but
Is he a piece of shit?
I don't think so.
no. You think of the worst person you know. It's Keith.
No, okay, I wasn't thinking it like that. I was thinking like,
I don't know. One of my
To
best
me-
friends is Keith.
to
and
me,
he's
Keith
a pretty
is,
solid guy.
he's that guy at the party that's always
Yeah.
on his phone, not really talking to anybody usually.
Are you meaning like Party Ghost, in which that Weed Bee band
No.
talks about?
No, Party
No.
Ghost is the guy who's getting it so hard. Like
No, Keith is the guy that's like off
A
in the
loser.
corner, not socializing. He comes to the party and just doesn't
No, I never
socialize.
noticed those guys because I try to talk to everybody and have a good time.
Because you're more of a party ghost.
Yeah.
There's party ghosts and
But
there's
I don't
Keiths.
puke on people and drink all their booze, man. I bring my own booze and help out.
I remember at Doom Room 1.0 at one of the parties, the like 3 or 4 girls just walked in, and I don't think we knew any of them. And Timmy was sitting there, and he gave each of them a high five as they walked by, and he got to the last one, and she just wasn't paying attention. She just kept walking by, and
You
as soon as
slap her in the face on accident.
as
'Cause
soon
that
as
would've been funny, 'cause
as soon
I've
as
done
she
that.
walked by, he goes, "And she is Keith."
Timmy is Keith.
Yes, Timmy is Keith.
Timmy is Keith.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, so I'm kind of lost.
That's quite all right.
I've been lost in the woods before. You ever done that?
Yes. Yes. I've had a lot of Lost in the Woods experiences.
That doesn't sound very exciting. Let's talk about something else, Dick.
I've already brought up all the other topics that I've wanted to bring up.
Star Wars story, Han Solo. What do we think?
Oh, I'm excited for it.
I am
Now,
too.
now that there's a trailer for it, I'm excited for it.
I'm that asshole, and I've said it for years. The moment Disney bought, I said,
Han Solo.
No, I don't honestly care about Han Solo. But I said, do to Star Wars what you did to Marvel.
Oh, yeah,
You wanna give
okay,
me 3?
definitely. Certainly.
2 to 3 Star Wars movies a year for the next 10 years? Down. Do it. You want to do a fucking Jar Jar movie? I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go see
yeah.
I'm going to see any Star Wars movie
as
you put
fucking
out.
crazy
You know
as
what
that
Star
sounds, I
Wars
would do it,
movie
yeah.
I got excited about, but they haven't done yet.
Which one?
It's Vader's Secret Apprentice, Star Killer.
Dude, I'm totally down
have
for
none
some...
of you
I'd be down
played
for a Star Killer.
The Force Unleashed games. The first one is genius. There's like 2 to 3 great movies made out of that one. And then there's a second one where it really makes it go kind of crazy, but in a good Star Wars way, which is like, man, that is like a 6-part movie set right there. And they were already made with real actors
Yes.
playing
Are the
in
video
these
game-
animated characters, and it is so good. I want to watch Star Killer bring down a Star Destroyer and slam it into a planet.
Yes.
That is like what I want.
Are those games canon?
At this point, I don't think they are.
At this point, but pre-Disney, yes.
Yeah, they were.
So right now we know for sure Rian Johnson, director of
The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi, he has a trilogy. He's working on a Star Wars trilogy. We also know Game of Thrones creators,
D.B. Weiss and David Benioff.
they are working on a trilogy themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
we've already got guaranteed Han Solo, Episode 9,
And then 6
and
movies.
6 more movies. And neither of them have said what they're going to be. But they've all guaranteed it's not Skywalker Saga. So, here we go. This is a real fun conversation.
Oh, yes.
So
This is
I
a
think
conversation we could have for hours.
I feel like you just said it. You want Star Killer. I bet Dongo wants either Revan or Bane, and I want Thrawn.
I mean, I
would be good with
actually,
any of
now
these
that you
characters.
say-
Any of those things we just said. I would
Bane or
be down.
Thrawn is a solid throw-up. Like, not quite like when you drink too much moonshine by the fire throw-up, but... I mean, I've been
Not
there
quite like
before,
that.
especially when you get that cinnamon apple pie moonshine, man, you're going to get down that and you're just going to throw up everywhere.
So I am one of those people
But
who...
anyway, Bane and... Did you just
What
try
about
to
Bane?
rid and run me?
What about Bane?
Bane and Thrawn? Man, those been...
Bane and Thrawn? Bane and Thrawn?
Yeah, they
You
would have...
redneck son of a bitch. You have any fucking clue what you're talking about? You're talking thousands of years apart. Thousands of years.
Bane and or
Thousand
Thrawn would
years.
be great character subjects to make a trilogy about. But
Either
I'm
or.
also
Either or, yes.
knowing that the Star Killer account would have been great too.
Bane was roughly 1,000 BBY.
Bane is, according to episode 3, canon.
Yes.
Thrawn, according to the fact that Disney produced a Thrawn book by Timothy Zahn, and he's in the Rebels.
Yeah, he's in Rebels.
Thrawn is in Rebels.
Thrawn is
real.
canon.
Bane is real. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Starkiller has not been introduced yet.
I mean, I got my dicks crossed.
It would be really cool. Because it's so funny, like, people really, really like Darth Vader, and not knowing anything about Vader makes him really cool.
Yeah.
In the original trilogy, he's just a menacing dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Luke's dad. That's
And
cool.
if you really delve into Vader, he's still, like, the more you know about Vader, not Anakin, Vader, he's still a really fucking badass character.
So what the very minimal that you know about Vader from the original trilogy, you don't need to know.
He's a badass whether you know a ton about him or nothing.
You don't need to know anything about
You
Vader.
just know he's a
at
menace.
the very end that deep
He's
down,
a badass motherfucker.
but
Yes.
deep down, he wanted the Emperor dead. Deep down.
Yes.
And
And
he knew
then
he wanted dead.
And then we got the prequel trilogy, which no matter what you think, it set up the idea that Anakin, that Vader was a disturbed person. He grew up very young. He was thrust away from his family and indoctrinated into this weird shit. But you only get
He was ripped away from his family and thrust into a crazy religious cult, and suddenly he's rebelling against what he was taught to be real, even though he had emotional ties to his mother, which was killed, which this order said they would protect.
The thing is you've got, I don't know the age. Episode 3, Anakin's 18.
Roughly. Yeah, he's
Okay.
somewhere around there.
And then, so imagine your story, your life up to 18, and then we start telling it from age 40.
It sounds like I did a lot
There's
of
a
Mario
lot.
Kart
There
games
is
and practiced my
I'm
green
not
shell
40
bank
yet.
shots.
I'm not 40, but already, if you look at my story from birth to age 18 or 20, even just now at age 26, it's a totally different story.
yes.
And I have no fucking clue where it's going to be in another couple years.
I'm pretty sure I raised somebody to try to overtake my captors.
What?
Starkiller.
Starkiller.
And,
Do
you know,
you
that,
not
that,
even know who Starkiller is?
I didn't play those games.
okay, worth a play.
The fuck is wrong with you?
One of my favorite lines of Vader in the non-canon now, I guess, is at the end, spoilers, the light side ending of the true ending of Force Unleashed 2.
Force Unleashed 2 is just an additive, truly, but if you want to go to a true ending of the Force Unleashed series, it's the true ending of Force Unleashed 1, in which the true Rebel Force is created because of Darth Vader's Starkiller apprentice turning against the Emperor and him.
Okay, so the light side ending of Force Unleashed 2, they capture Vader. And
When does it take place?
BBY.
It actually takes place... It takes place between...
When does it take place in terms of the 6 movies?
Between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It takes place...
BBY, so that's before
I want to
A New
say...
Hope.
I want to say not long after 3, after the Jedi Temple and all of them have been disbanded.
Yeah.
And during Vader's hunt of the Jedi Masters to end the Jedi rule in the universe, it actually takes place on the Wookiee planet Kashyyyk, and he finds his apprentice there during a Jedi Master's hiding there and takes him in as his own, because this young child is able to rip Vader's lightsaber out of his hand by the pure force power he owns as a child.
The whole point, the whole purpose of Force Unleashed was to take the limits of what we knew about the Force and like the powers we knew, like push and lightning and all that stuff. I don't think Starkiller used lightning, did he?
Starkiller used lightning.
Okay.
Starkiller used
the
full range of the Force.
That's right.
Starkiller was the true Grey Jedi before Grey Jedi were actually a
they were a
canon
thing. They were a thing way before. They were a canon thing way before.
They were, but
Knights of the Old Republic. Okay,
True.
back to what I was
Knights of
saying.
the Old Republic is not
It is canon now. It is considered canon.
Starkiller could be considered the most powerful Grey Jedi there ever was.
So, what the whole purpose of Starkiller was to take the limits of what we know of the Force, like push, pull, lightning, and just combat. We know the limits of it. Now let's just go about 1,000 miles past those limits, and that's Starkiller. He is the extreme of the Force, and it's really cool. But back to what I was saying about the ending of Force Unleashed 2. What's that, Nick?
How do you become? What happens to Starkiller?
Well, Vader. What happens to him in general? Like at the end of
Does he die?
You gotta really specify which Force Unleashed ending we're talking about.
I'm saying you're saying that he gets to the limits of the Force.
Because Vader puts him there.
If I may,
Vader realizes he's a
if I could interdict here.
Yeah, go for it.
Interject, Dick. At the very end of the light side of the Force Unleashed 1, Starkiller dies.
He sacrifices himself.
He chooses to sacrifice himself to save
his party, basically.
His rebel party he's pretty much going with. And in turn creates the Rebel Alliance in his name, and they use his image and
no, they use his family crest.
Yeah, they use his family crest
is the Rebel.
Which turns in to be in the. Thank you for reminding me, Dongo. There, that was a good one. Bumps.
I guess what I'm getting at, not what I'm getting at, but what I'm realizing now is, Homeboy ain't canon. So none of it really
You're right.
matters.
But okay, so the end of Force Unleashed 2, he's talking to Vader because, like someone just said, like this guy over here just said.
What did you just call me?
I don't even know your name.
Aussie?
Yeah, I called you an Aussie. I'm sorry. I misinterpreted your accent. So at the end of Force Unleashed, Starkiller dies. Vader decides to clone and try to make a more obedient apprentice and try to wipe out the remnants of whatever the original Starkiller's memories was and create a more obedient apprentice. So
and here we get
pay attention
and we swing all the way back to Dune.
if you pay close enough attention in the first Force Unleashed game, you'll consider that he is already in a clone when you're finishing off this game. Because when he is brought back by the droids, the amount of time he spends in zero gravity open space is longer than any known canon character at the time to actually spend in space without dying. So naturally, he's just waking up as this new rejuvenated body without battle scars from the lightsaber battle him and Vader and the Emperor had on his way up to it before he got thrown out into space and gathered by droids. So you could almost say that the first Starkiller clone is in Force Unleashed 1, which is then in turn killed again.
See, I've never thought about him being a clone at that point. It's possible. Now that you're saying it, it's like it's making me think. It's making me ponder.
It's making you Star Wander.
Oh my God, that's not even cool. But anyway, so Vader's trying to make a more obedient clone apprentice, and he thinks he finally comes across the perfect clone. He's obedient. He's following everything, but this one yet again fails because of his love for Juno Eclipse.
Oh yeah,
correct.
Because that in the end of the light side of the story on the very first one is that his love for Juno, this actual true human connection that he's never had because he was raised and trained by Vader, which is pretty much this all-powerful robot man that he's never known to have a true human face to, is all he's really known other than being sent out to test his powers and kill Master Jedi. And then she is suddenly this one true human connection he's ever really had that's always been there too.
So he's in love with her. I'm going to skip ahead. He's in love with her. Clone still has that love for her because of memories. genetic
because you
memories.
have this
So that kind of becomes like an Assassin's Creed type
That's really coming
thing.
back down to a real kind of like a sci-fi sort of feel in other aspects, where it comes down to this base genetic memory feel that all base human cells and genomes really hold a certain memory of everything that they've ever been in contact with.
All right, I'm going to try to really drive this home and finish
Where
this.
did that come from?
I'm going to try to drive this home and finish this. Okay, so Starkiller clone. Through genetic memory, still in love with Juno, can't shake that, doesn't want to kill her hologram, so he's considered a failure. But this clone, however, manages to say fuck this and escapes.
We're jumping into 2 right now.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get the end of 2.
But what really sucks is you can't fucking follow, Nick, and you need to
really
get on
sucks
board.
Is that we talked about canon-wise Clone Wars, like the ability to clone this one particular person, and you're talking about cloning in the video game. I've read the Timothy Zahn books. They talk about cloning they talk about cloning Thrawn and cloning Luke, but for all that we're talking about, they've never introduced cloning a main important character in canon yet.
No, they haven't.
And there's a lot of
the big deal about cloning Starkiller, cloning Palpatine for some of the books that are now non-canon. A Jedi has never been successfully cloned. That's why it's so hard. That's why Vader keeps going through so many clones.
That's why Starkiller in this series was actually capable of cloning, because he attached to the dark side, and dark negative feelings and emotions and powers hold closer to the cells than the more positive ones. So he's able to more grasp the darker sides of Starkiller in his clones, and the more he cloned them, the more easier it was to hold on to this dark source and make it a controllable being.
Okay, so Starkiller clone escapes, game ensues. Go to the end of the game. You defeat Vader. You capture Vader. Starkiller clone is confronting him for the first time and actually, saying things that he wanted to say. And he says his piece and he starts to walk away. And as he's walking away, Vader, in just the most, it just proves he is one evil fuck. He says, "As long as she's alive, I will always control you." And Starkiller stops, and then he keeps walking, and it's like, fuck. I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now. You gotta really play the games to understand these chills I'm getting, but
and then
fuck.
you fight yourself.
So swinging
No, you don't.
all the way back, full circle. That's what we're getting at.
You do fight yourself. You do fight a rendition of your Starkiller clone in that.
You fight several of your Starkiller clones, but you never fight the official one. The dark side ending, he kills you. Just outright. Nick has given up.
Nick, were you trying to say something?
Go ahead, say something.
We all want to know what the fuck Vader was doing in between 3 and 4. That is the point of this whole long thing we just went on.
And we'll never know because they never made a Force Unleashed 3.
We will know, or hopefully, because we've got
not gonna happen.
2 dudes doing trilogies. So hopefully
3 dudes doing trilogies.
We got 3 dudes discussing right now and we still can't figure it out. What do you think one less dude's gonna do?
Trilogies with dudes. That was bad.
I feel like, and I hope
it's a dude-ilogy.
I feel like at least one of these trilogies is going to be before the prequels.
Yeah.
And something tells me the other one will be in the middle somewhere. I don't feel like they're going to do something beyond.
We definitely need to have something
before and something in the middle. We don't need any beyond right now.
So there are thousands of years worth of history in the Star Wars universe, and I mean, if you go back to Knights of the Old Republic, they are talking about 20,000 years before that, which is 4,000 years before the original trilogy. So there's at least 30,000 years worth of history.
Plenty. of material.
So that covers that trilogy itself. The other trilogy, there's 30 years between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, you said Returning. Okay. Yes, and supposedly, if I'm remembering correctly, with the Thrawn trilogies right after Return of the Jedi,
yes.
I think it was only 10 or 15 years after that all the events started taking place. So
it's
I would
really
still
cool.
totally be down if they wanted to do something between 6 and 7.
So there are some books that explain some events that happen they're the Aftermath series, and they explain what
After 6.
After 6,
That sucks.
Leia and Han get married in secret. Shortly after, the New Republic forms, and then word gets out that Vader was the father of Luke and Leia, and then Leia loses all credit within the New Republic, and that's why no one will help her in her new rebellion.
I don't feel like that was a big deal in the Thrawn trilogy. That I read.
I really feel like that nobody cares, and it's time to get lucky with this beer.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It says use cereal, and it's made with Lucky Charms. I read the fucking can. I snuck a peek.
This was my first special beer release that I've gone to.
I'm proud of you.
Why are you talking about beer releases?
I don't know. I like beer. I like brews.
We're talking about...
I'm a dude, and I like brews.
I mean...
Dude. I just came up with an idea.
What's up?
What if we did a special with the Brews with Babes where we did like a crossover where we
like
called
what I've
it
been saying
Brews
about
with
the bonfire,
Dudes.
where we have beer in the bonfire and we have the broads up in there.
Dude. Brews with Dudes.
Brews with dudes. I like it.
That is a good
I
idea.
like it.
What,
It sounds like
babes with dudes with brews.
dude. It
Brewing
sounds
some... Wait, brews and babes... I don't know.
You know, Nick, that sounds like a really juicy idea.
I'm going to have to talk to the Pod Daddy about that.
Pod Daddy Nate.
Man, we totally got to get a bonfire going by my woods right now.
We're going to do a bonfire, don't you
these,
worry.
Did you say they're babes or broads? Because
Babes! Ignorant fuck, come on. You're so rude.
Hey, would you quit hating on my heritage?
No, I won't.
And heritage, that sounds
Why don't you...
oddly familiar, too.
Why don't you try being a little...
All of it. A little bit of deja vu.
You know, okay, so Saturday, I remember drinking this at the... I had this as part of my flight. This used cereal from BrewLink.
Yes.
And I didn't like my first taste, but the more I drank it, the more I liked it.
You got to drink more of it. It's very marshmallowy.
Yes.
The mouthfeel is very fluffy.
It's like...
It's got a stout
It tastes like
smell.
cereal. Man, was this brewed with... Wait. Cereal? It says you cereal. Oh, yeah,
According
this
to
is that
them.
Lucky Charms shit I was talking about. Man, this is pretty good, fucking good beer.
According to BrewLink Brewing Company, this is an ale brewed with oats, milk, sugar, and marshmallow cereal.
That marshmallow cereal is Lucky Charms. I know it. It tastes like Lucky Charms, man. I taste the rainbow.
So they on the front there's a bowl.
Don't
There's a
mean I'm
bowl
gay.
of
I'm just quoting the cereal commercial.
there's a bowl of cereal, and inside it there's a bunch
Yeah,
of
Lucky Charms cereal, man. It tastes like it.
No, it looks like Cheerios, but then there's a hop cone, a skull, and an eyeball.
Have you eaten an eyeball before, man? That stuff's got some jelly in it.
Only at your fucking Thanksgiving dinner that you invited me to that one time, you freak.
You're the one that came. You said you had a good time. Why are you got?
I told you that I didn't have any family affairs to attend, and you invited me.
Yeah, because I was trying to be a friend and make sure you weren't alone on the holidays.
Y'all are backcountry, low country hill folk. It was awful.
There ain't
Hill
nothing
folk.
wrong with that. You had true heritage eating right there.
I did for the first couple entrees, and then you started telling me what I was actually consuming.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with goose.
And then your aunt started putting her hands on me.
Hey, my aunt is a pretty lady, and you're lucky she put her hands on you.
She definitely made me...
She made you a man that
She
day.
did make me a man, although I'm still scared about it. God damn.
This beer smells like a fucking stout.
It's so good. It's so tasty.
I'm going to take a swig of it, and then I'm going to go do the tinkle tinkle.
Oh, wow. Way too much info.
He's going to go pull his willy out. He's going to
Thanks for that.
unleash the possum.
He's going to do penis stuff in the bathroom.
Yes.
Hey, don't get too comfortable in there, Dick.
The back taste, I really caught the Lucky Charms.
Yeah, it's very, very marshmallowy. Marshmallowy.
Mallow. Have you ever had some mallow
Mallow?
toasted over a fire with a peanut butter cup and a fucking cinnamon graham cracker?
Oh my goodness, that's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I like to call them schmallows.
Schmallows?
Schmallows, because you smile with Milo in your mouth and it just doesn't quite come out right. It looks all kind of funny, but it's good anyway, man.
I'm smiling just thinking about that.
I
That sounds-
schmallow about it all the time, man. We can do that by that fucking bonfire with the brews with babes, man.
The thing about us doing bonfires is every time we're burning stuff, we're usually burning stuff with a lot of carcinogens in it. And it's like, we probably shouldn't be roasting
ain't
marshmallows.
nobody proven carcinogens bad for you. That's why smoking's still a good thing for you.
They're called carcinogens for a reason.
Yeah, because you put cars to go with them, and that's
Wrong.
a good thing.
No, we're talking about fucking cancer. That's what carcinogens are.
Yeah, that's just weeding out the weaklings of the population, strongest of the fittest. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Heritage.
That means I'm not going to roast marshmallows over a couch that I'm burning in my yard. Sorry.
Well, once you get past the fabric and what is it? The polyester main stuff.
Why don't we just make our schmallows over...
You know, I did just bring a truckload of trees over here. We can just burn those instead.
When did you do that?
A couple times.
Yeah, we got plenty of wood, so we're going to have to do that. I think we're dragging a bit, though. It might be about time for us to start wrapping this bad boy up.
Yeah.
So, So we got Graploids. We got blue turtle shells.
We got the greatest weapons of all time.
Blue turtle shells and green turtle shells. We
The
already
best of Star Wars, both real and fake.
Yeah. We got Thanos manhandling his captain.
Harry Potter and the fuck Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander's pretty good, but Johnny Depp is gonna.
The Crimes of Grindelwald.
The Crimes of Grindelwald.
I was, while we were talking about that, I was looking up
Would
the
you not
pronunciation.
interrupt me?
Fuck off. I found no pronunciation.
All
It's
right.
Grindelwald.
It's enunciation. If you were actually the English right.
The English, right? I'm sorry, I wasn't learned very good.
You making fun of me?
No, I'm from Delphi.
So okay, all right. Well, thank everybody for paying attention to Journey into Comics episode
Whatever
One.
this is. Yeah.
Episode 1.
Episode.
We've been doing this
the
so long.
only one worth listening to.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, if you want to check out all the other shows,
Don't,
just-
because this is all you need.
First
No.
and foremost.
yeah. I mean, you got all kinds of shows. You got the Poor Report. You got Brews with Babes. You got
Did
the
you
Voice
say
of
Colbert
Survival.
Report? You got Colbert Report on
No.
here, man. Man, I love the Colbert
It's the
Report.
Poor Report.
Fadcastrophe.
Yeah, it's Podcastrophe. I like that show.
Man, that's a bunch
like
of
that show
fags
a
on
lot.
there, and they're podcasting, so I agree.
You got Journey into Wrestling.
Probably need to castrate
You
those
got Game
guys, too.
Addicts. You got Literature, Voice of Survival, butt stuff.
I like
Ooh.
butt stuff. My old lady ain't always into it, but when you get enough shine up in there.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you can get all of that just by subscribing to Journey into Comics
I mean,
on
I can get butt stuff
Podbean.
on some Journey into Comics subscriptions, man, that sounds a lot better than that Pornhub there.
It's way easier
But
than
yeah,
going
you
to
can
the
get
bar
this
and buying
all on-
a fucking 10 drinks for you.
You can get this all on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, all that shit. Yeah, there's also the Journey into Comics Patreon, which is patreon.com/Journey into Comics. You get, for $1 you get early access to every episode, and for $3 you get bonus content like our Road to Infinity War series.
Wah, 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 wah.
Or maybe my real name.
If you want to subscribe to Game Addicts, they are on their own separate feed, but they are definitely still part of this network. Go check them out. Yee. What do we?
Where did that come from?
Where did that come from? Yee.
I haven't yeed. And
Yee.
oh my god.
Oh, I'm.
That didn't sound right.
No,
I'm overcome.
I'm overcome.
I'm
You know what I always try to make. I always try to make the best of every day. I always try to make every day a big dick day, if you will.
That sounds familiar too.
Yeah. That doesn't sound right, though. I feel like we should close out the show with the... I know what we should... Okay, so... you should do your best, just take...
Should we do our best impressions of our favorite podcast
Fuck
people?
off. Fuck off. No.
Heritage, not hate!
No, I mean...
Quit hating on my heritage.
It's always good to have knowledge, this completely useless knowledge, but it might be useful to somebody else. Like, you might have some random fact or know some actor from some movie.
Or like at the end of the Avengers movie, the whole reason why Captain America is not eating any food is because old Steve Rogers actors there actually had his beard growing out, and he's wearing a prosthetic face, so he didn't have his beard, and that's why he kept his fist on his face. So
I did not know that.
And the whole reason why they're eating in that restaurant
But
is because at one point Iron Man crashed in front of that restaurant, and Tony Stark was all like, "We should eat there" at the end credits thing.
Yeah.
So,
but
it was filmed after fact.
there's all this shit you can.
Bravo.
There's all this shit that you can know.
Didn't know that,
but
did ya?
so
Gotcha
just
learned.
go ahead and fill your brains with shit.
And goodbye.
Yee.
Make every day a big dick day.